Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome back to another episode in the Bundesliga career mode. This is episode number 75, and we start today's episode with some player training and also a couple of international friendlies with Brazil as well, as we face Uruguay and China and beat both of these nations. Of course, in the last episode we got given a contract extension with Brazil, so great to mark it with 2 wins in 2 international friendlies, and also some more player training before getting to the first game of today's episode here as we take on Schalke in the Bundesliga. So we welcome Schalke to the Volkspark Stadion for the first of 2 games in today's episode. As you can see right now, 12 games into the season, we are in second place, the same amount of points as Wolfsburg, who are in first place right now. So it's been a pretty mixed start to the season, because I've been talking about it in a really negative tone because I've been so frustrated with the amount of draws we've had this season. But we are still second and only behind Wolfsburg on goal difference, so we can't be too fussed about our start. We're not too far behind the league leaders, but still, 41st game of today's episode, taking on Schalke, wanting to return to winning ways, that's for sure, after our draw in the last game against Borussia Mönchengladbach away from home. Now travelling back home, and what a start to the game as well, because just 12 minutes in, we won ourselves a free kick. Cesar Valente took it. Sadly, couldn't score his third free kick for us, hit the bar, but from the rebound, as Schalke cleared the ball away, Geis took down Niklas Süle, and it was one of those incidents where the referee had no choice but to award a penalty because there was so much contact with the man, but he didn't mean to take the man down. It was just a mistimed challenge really when trying to clear the ball, but still we won ourselves a penalty, and of course Cesar Valente would stand up and take it and score it as well. Cesar, so far in his career, has only missed 1 penalty. Every other one has found the back of the net, including this one, and he gets goal number 1 for the season for our number 1. So Hamburg 1, Schalke 0, and it seems like it was so long ago when Cesar Valente handed in that transfer request. It looked as though that we were going to implode here at the Volkspark Stadion. We were going to lose one of our key players, one of our most important players, and the series may collapse. But instead we signed Valente to a new deal, and I'm so glad we did, because he's not just a goalkeeper, but he's a goal scorer, evidently. He's such a great player, he's too important to lose, and Cesar scores the first goal of the game and gets his first of the season. So Hamburg 1, Schalke 0. We had a good chance to double the lead here in the 36th minute. Marco Reus went for goal, but was denied by a good save by the goalkeeper, and it was still 1-0. But from the corner, how about this? Holtby crosses the ball to the centre, and as Uchida finds Choupo-Moting, Schalke seem to have the situation under control until they give it back to their goalkeeper Giefer, whose terrible pass is way too short. Jonathan Tah runs in, intercepts, and smashes the ball into the open goal for our second goal of the game, and what a gift for Jonathan Tah.
I don't think the scorer will ever have thought that he was going to get a goal quite like this one. Couldn't really believe his luck.
No, and the keeper's going to get some stick in that dressing room afterwards, because, well, where on earth was he?
And straight after the goal, Martin Tyler and Alan Smith were very quick to criticise the goalkeeper for a pass which was way too casual, and as Jonathan Tah ran in to intercept, he had the goal gaping and he simply could not miss. So Tah gets his first goal of the season and of the series as well, and makes it 2-0 to Hamburg. So I usually say, if you're going to get your first goal for a club, make it memorable, but that wasn't memorable or flashy or any skill required for that goal. Even I could have scored it, and it's Hamburg 2, Schalke 0 as Tah doubles our lead. And straight from kickoff, Schalke went down the right hand side, gave the ball away. We went on the break. Maximilian Meyer with the ball roll, gave it to Gerhardt. Great free ball towards Meyer, and the Stasic seemed to have Meyer covered, but instead just dropped off at the last second, allowed Meyer to get in front of him, run through, and with a first time fake shot, he put the ball through the legs of the Serbian defender, a nutmeg from the former Schalke man against his former club, and Meyer was taken down by the former City defender, and the referee had no choice but to award us a second penalty, which once again Valente would convert. So Hamburg 3, Schalke 0, and the away side were just looking absolutely terrible. And for Schalke in this series, they've actually been very, very poor. In the first season, if you remember, they were quite good. They were just outside the top 4, if I remember correctly, when it came down to finishing for a Champions League place. But in season 2, they did nothing noteworthy, and last season, if you remember, for a long period of time were in the relegation zone. They managed to stay up with with a late run of form, but other than that, for the most part in the season, they were absolutely awful. And in this game, as you could see, where they were looking like a second-tier side, they were absolutely terrible. Their defence was awful. We should have scored our 4th goal there once again directly from kickoff. They gave the ball away. We played it through to Correa, and on any other day, he would have scored there, but instead couldn't hit the target, and it was still 3-0 to Hamburg. But the truth of the matter is, every single time we came forward, we looked like scoring. Schalke did have a chance here just past Jalmar though to try and get themselves back in the game, but Choupo-Moting couldn't hit the target and put his shot wide of the post. And a few minutes later here, as he slides in to try and intercept the ball, which was going towards Altintas, Corey Gunter runs onto it, goes down his right hand side, and once again, it's just a catalogue of errors from the Schalke backline. Ayogo looks like he's won the ball back off Corey Gunter, then gives it straight back to him. Gunter continues his run down the right hand side, and whilst he's on this charging run, Nastasic in the centre loses his man Angel Correa, who peels off the back of him, and as Gunter drills in a cross, Giefer takes out Nastasic's teammate, and the ball carries through towards Correa at the far post, who slides in and has an open goal to put the ball into the back of the net. So an easy finish for Correa, and just a catalogue of errors from the Schalke defence. Once again, they were just so bad on defence in this game. They really were atrocious when trying to keep us at bay. So Hamburg 4, Schalke 0. They would get themselves a consolation goal with 21 minutes to go. Nicholas Bentner, the Lord, scoring in the 69th minute. Everyone's loving it right now, aren't they? So crossing to the centre, Bentner's at the far post, peels off his man, and on the volley puts the ball into the back of the net. I must admit, I feel like Valente should have saved that shot though. It was straight at him really, it was on the floor, and I feel as though for him to be beaten there, I mean that was pretty poor goalkeeping in my opinion. As I always say, I love Valente, he's the star of the show, but when he needs criticising, he'll get criticised. So terrible piece of goalkeeping from Valente there. A goalkeeper of his class should save that, but still Hamburg 4, Schalke 1 was the score. It didn't look like it would matter too much. Valente may have lost his clean sheet. We were still going to get the 3 points. He almost got his first career hat-trick as well, with that free kick going just wide the post, but in the end the score remained at 4-1 until stoppage time, when Correa ran through down the right hand side, took the ball from just inside his own half all the way towards the penalty area, got inside it, went for goal, and found the back of the net as well with the outside of his right foot. So his right foot. So his second goal in the game for Correa, matching what Valente had in this game. 2 goals each for the Argentine and the Brazilian goalkeeper, and also a goal for Jonathan Tah as well. So a convincing 5-1 win, and that is exactly what we needed as well. We've been so inconsistent this season. We've been looking so shaky. Even when we've won our games, we haven't done them in convincing fashion. So I really wanted to get a big win at some stage to start this season off, and better late than never I suppose. A big win against Schalke by 5-1, a very convincing one, and I am absolutely delighted about that. It also gives us great motivation coming to this game as well, as we take on Sevilla for the second and final game of today's episode here in the penultimate game in the Champions League group stage. It's very tight in the group stage right now, as you'll see by the table in just a moment's time. There are only 1 point separating first and second, and 1 point separating second and third. So right now, as you can see, with a game to spare, we may be top, but if we lose tonight and CSKA Moscow beat Basel, which you'd expect them to do, we'll drop into third place and we'll be out of the qualification places to the knockout round with a game to spare. So it's a massive game for us tonight, but of course we do know as well, on the positive, if we win tonight, we'll guarantee a place into the knockout stages with a game to spare. So come the end of 90 minutes, we could be celebrating qualification, or we could be sitting here fearing the worst. Let's hope for the former. Come on, Hamburg. So a massive game here then in Spain in the Champions League group stage. Coming into this group, I was very confident of our chances of topping this group relatively comfortably, but instead, if we lose tonight, there's a very strong chance we'll be in third place with the final game to come, as Benega's header goes wide at the post. So an absolutely massive game here. We cannot afford to lose and drop back down to third place, presuming CSKA Moscow beat Basel, which you'd expect them to do so. So a huge game. Got to get the win in this one, or at very least a draw. Come on, Hamburg. As Brandt finds Dahu, and he's tackled by Nzonzi through towards Benega. Had the first chance of the game, possibly a second one here as well, and his shot goes just over the bar. I have not started this game off very well, especially for a team that beat their opponents 5-1 in the last game. I'm looking nervous, I'm feeling nervous. It's a great tackle by Dahu, now a possible chance on the break here. Brandt through towards Torres Gomez, holds it up through towards Lewis Hopp. He's so tricky and skillful, MTG. Now Correa through towards Julian Brandt. Brandt back towards Correa. Correa towards Torres Gomez with a scoot turn, takes it around his man, through through towards Correa. What an assist this will be for Marco Torres Gomez, and Angel Correa opens the scoring, and 20 minutes in, the nerves are settled. Correa with the goal, and it could be a crucial one as well, which could hopefully help us go through to the knockout stages of the Champions League. Nice ball by Correa towards Torres Gomez with the scoop turn, takes it round his man. Good ball through towards Correa, who simply could not miss. 1-0 to Hamburg, and the start to this game, the mood has been so weird. It's not just been the usual butterflies in the stomach type of nerves. It's been, no, our season could be on the line tonight type of nerves, because if we lose tonight and CSKA Moscow do win, going into third, I mean, we were the finalists of last year's Champions League. We could be going out in the group stage if things don't go our way. So a huge goal there, which could hopefully send us on the way to a huge result. Correa gets it, MTG with the assist. Sevilla 0, Hamburg 1. Thank goodness for that. Go on, Saul, you're born here, son, you're born here, that'll do. Good knockdown towards the hood, unintentional, but we'll take it. Now Royce on the ball, through towards MTG, back towards Marco Royce, on the ball, inside the area, stops, roulette, goes for goal, and finds the back of the net, and that is what we paid £40 million for. Marco Royce, our record signing, doubles the score, and just before the break, has scored the goal that, even with a half to go, will surely, probably, all but secure our progress into the knockout stages. Another assist for Torres Gomez, gives it to Royce, stops the ball, then the roulette, and then through the legs with the weaker left foot. Didn't even see that on first glance. What a strike by Marco Royce. That is what we've paid for. Those moments of class to separate sides. A fantastic finish. It's 2-0 to Hamburg. And oh my goodness, in a pressure game, in a high pressure game, we're going to be coming through surely with a half to play. 2-0 Hamburg, fantastic stuff. But here's Tremolinas for Sevilla down the left hand side, across to the centre, and prematurely, I could have been predicting us going through, but instead, that header there, not sure who that was it Connor Plianka arriving late? Went just wide the post and behind for a goal kick, so I can't believe I'm ruling out Sevilla with a half to play. They're such a good side. It's silly of me to do this, really. I mean, I've got a lot of confidence on my team, obviously, but it's silly to do, because Sevilla showed there they can easily get back in this game in just a couple of moments. So a good chance, fortunately the header goes wide, and we still lead by a goal. As Julian Brandt will do well to keep that ball in play and beat his man, but he's done both. Brandt inside the area. Great run by Julian Brandt for free. Fantastic save by Sergio Rico. And Tremolinas heads it behind for a corner. And that would have been good night, surely, on the stroke of half time. But a big save by the young goalkeeper as Holtby finds Correa on the volley and blazed the shot way over the bar. But that will do it for the first half. We lead by 2-0 in Game 5 of the Champions League group stage. And as things stand, we're going through to the knockout stages. Let's keep it that way. Connor Plianka for Sevilla, plays it through towards Ava Banega, who had a couple of early chances in the first half. Other than that, it's been quite quiet. But here's Tremolinas through towards Banega, helps it inside towards Kevin Volland, who goes for goal, and blazes the shot way wide the post. A good chance there for Sevilla. They worked their way inside, but Volland couldn't hit the target, and we still lead by 2. Tremolinas to Cristoforo, good tackle by Danilo, but it'll carry towards Vitolo, inside is Volland, back towards Vitolo. Oh, fabulous save by Cesar Valente, diving to his left-hand side, and a big stop by the Brazilian. A very good strike by the number 20, but it's a fantastic save by the outstretched left arm of Cesar Valente, and we still lead by 2. Big stop by Cesar. Krychowiak, long ball, and Hoffman comes out of position to do very well to win it and play it through towards Torres Gomez. Really well done by the Hoff there. MTG's pass is deflected only as far as Strobel. Now Brandt on the ball. Man comes across. Julian Brandt beats him. Oh, Julian Brandt, I hope you scored. Julian Brandt, please score. What a save by Rico. And it will get turned behind for a throw. Julian Brandt toying with his man. Very good save by Sergio Rico. It was a tight angle. He was always going to struggle to score, but still a very good save. And the score does remain at 2-0. And that will do it then. Final score here in Spain, Sevilla 0, Hamburg 2, and we are through to the knockout stages of the Champions League with a game to spare. A high pressure game. I was feeling very nervous. We didn't get off to a very good start, surrendering a couple of chances early on, but instead we got the 2 goals in the first half. First for Angel Correa, and then through that man there, Marco Royce. We get the 3 points. We're through to the knockout stages. Fantastic stuff. Well done, Hamburg. And you see the stats here at full time as well. Sevilla didn't play too badly. badly, created almost as many chances as we got, but we were more clinical, and of course the goals through Correa and Royce in the first half really set us apart really, and after those 2 goals, even if there was a half to play and there was no reason why Sevilla couldn't get back into the game, I still felt as though we were going to get the 3 points, which we did. So man of the match for me, quite a difficult one because I thought he defended very well. So Danilo got the highest rating at 8.4. I'd say he definitely deserves to be in contention, but I'm going to give it to Marco Torres Gomez for 2 assists in this game. Set up both Royce and Correa, played very well, was constantly a threat for the opposition, and I thought he had a great game. So MTG with man of the match, Hamburg with the 3 points, and qualification is now guaranteed. We're into the knockout stages with a game to spare. It's not been as easy as I was planning, but at least we're there. That's the most important thing, and a big result in game 5. And that will end today's episode of the Bundesliga career mode, guys. So I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, then please leave a like. Likes much appreciated. Of course, they really help the channel grow as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Bundesliga career mode very soon.